Hey everyone! Welcome back to your favorite channel. In a nutshell, in today's video, we're diving deep into the sweet and colorful world of organophosphate poisoning. Yes, I know, not what you'd expect while munching on your favorite amakipkip. But hey, science is weird and wonderful. So, grab a snack, preferably not one covered in suspicious chemicals, and let's learn something. First off, what are organophosphates? Well, they're a group of chemicals commonly found in pesticides. You know, the stuff farmers spray on crops to keep pests away, because even insects love a good meal. Organophosphates are super effective at killing pests. But the bad news, they can also harm humans if we're not careful. These chemicals interfere with our nervous system, and in high doses, that's a ticket to the emergency room. Or worse. Now, how does someone get organophosphate poisoning? It's not like anyone sprinkling pesticides on their cornflakes, right? Well, it can happen if you're around farms where these chemicals are used, or if you eat foods with pesticide residues. And here's where snacks like our beloved amakipkip come in. Although amakipkip itself isn't a villain, it's just puffed, colorful goodness. The corn or rice it's made from could be at risk if it comes from crops exposed to these pesticides. So, the concern lies in how food is grown and processed. If pesticides aren't properly washed off, we might end up consuming tiny amounts. And over time, that could be a problem. Okay, so what does organophosphate poisoning look like? I mean, will your body turn neon like amakipkip if you consume too much? Not quite. Symptoms include dizziness, nausea, excessive sweating, confusion, and in severe cases, difficulty breathing or even seizures. It's like your body just forgets how to function because these chemicals mess with neurotransmitters. Now, don't panic. Occasional exposure to low levels won't have you spiraling, but it's worth knowing how to protect yourself, especially if you're living near farmlands or consuming produce that could be contaminated. All right, parents, now listen up. If you're worried about your little ones, here's what to watch out for. Kids are extra sensitive to these chemicals because, let's be honest, they can't resist touching everything and putting random stuff in their mouths, including the floor. So, how do you tell if your child might be poisoned with organophosphates? The symptoms in children can look like a bad flu: nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps, excessive drooling, and muscle twitching. They might also feel dizzy or weak. And if your child suddenly seems overly sweaty or has trouble breathing, that's a major red flag. Keep an eye out for any odd behavior, like confusion or clumsiness. If you notice these signs and suspect exposure, get them medical help immediately. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially when it comes to potential poisoning. So what should you do if your child shows these symptoms? First, remove them from the suspected source of the poison, whether it's a pesticide-treated area or any food you think could be contaminated. Call emergency services or rush them to the nearest hospital. Time is crucial here, and the doctors will likely use medications to reverse the effects. And remember, if you're dealing with a potential poison emergency, don't try home remedies or wait to see if they feel better. Now, let's talk about prevention, because, as they say, prevention is better than cure, especially when dealing with toxic chemicals. Schools are places where kids spend most of their day, and it's crucial for these environments to be as safe as possible from organophosphate exposure. Here's 5 important things to keep in mind. Number 1. Teachers and school staff should be aware of the risks associated with pesticides, especially if the school is near agricultural areas. Training staff on recognizing the symptoms of poisoning could be life-saving. Schools could even host educational sessions for parents to spread awareness about the issue. Number 2. Safe play areas. If the school is close to farmlands where pesticides are used, make sure playgrounds and sports fields are far from these areas. Schools can install barriers, like hedges or fences, to reduce pesticide drift onto school grounds. 3. Proper cleaning of school meals. If the school provides meals, ensuring that fruits and vegetables are thoroughly washed can lower the risk of pesticide residue. Also, schools should consider sourcing produce from suppliers who follow good agricultural practices. 4. No pesticide zones. Schools can establish no spray zones around their premises. Local community members and farmers can work together to ensure that pesticides aren't sprayed near schools when classes are in session. Communication between schools and local farmers is essential. 5. Clothing and hygiene. If children have been playing outside, especially near farms, make sure they wash their hands thoroughly before eating. Changing clothes after potential exposure can also be helpful. Remind children not to put their hands in their mouths while playing outdoors. Schools should have a clear plan in case of pesticide exposure. This includes having contact numbers for emergency services, knowing the nearest medical facilities, and ensuring there's a first aid kit ready. By taking these measures, schools can create a safer environment for our children, giving parents peace of mind. Remember, safety is a community effort, and protecting kids from harmful chemicals should be a top priority. And hey, if you're a parent or teacher, why not bring up these points at your next school meeting? Have you come this far in this video? Well, congratulations. Drop a comment below. And don't forget to like, subscribe. Let's continue. So, what does this mean for your amakipkip, Skopas, addiction? Relax, I'm not here to ruin snack time. However, it's always smart to be cautious. Wash fruits and veggies thoroughly, and where possible, buy produce grown with fewer chemical inputs. Remember, the risk of organophosphate exposure is higher in fresh produce than in heavily processed snacks like amakipkip. But hey, moderation is key. So there you have it, folks. A colorful lesson on pesticides and how they can sneak into our lives and the lives of our children, even through our favorite snacks. If you learned something today, or if you're about to rethink your snack habits, drop a comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends who need some healthy paranoia in their lives. Stay safe, snack smart, and I'll see you in the next video.